If we go back in time far enough, the beautiful south of Italy, the Puglia region, was once controlled by the ancient Greeks. Millennia on, Puglia, Salento is home to the most beautiful kart circuit in the world. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to La Conca World Circuit, which is the only kart track in the world which has a swimming pool and artificial beach complex in the paddock. This is not the time to go swimming though, because it is freezing cold here at La Conca. It is just 9 degrees Celsius. The rain has stopped and we are preparing to race round 3 of the WSK Supermaster Series for 2022 on what is a very green, very slippery, but thankfully dry track. Well, the first event of the year was the WSK Champions Cup, which took place at an even colder South Garda karting Lonato on the 23rd of January. A week later, round 1 of this championship, which dates back to 2010. A week later, round 2, also at Lonato. And this weekend, La Conca World Circuit, the 1.25 kilometre track, hosts round 3 of the championship. And of course, next week, we are from the foot of the active volcano, which is Mount Vesuvius, outside Napoli, or Naples, also here in the south of Italy. In just a moment, the first of our 3 finals this afternoon, of course, KZ2, they've got the bye this weekend, so they'll be back with us. The gearbox class, the shifter kart category, in a week's time at Sardenor. This is the junior class, OK Junior. To the left of your screen is Douwe de Decker from Belgium, and to the right, René Lammers, who won the first round of the championship at Lonato. So we have the 2 Dutch-speaking drivers on the front row of the grid, which means it's time for me to wheel out my best Dutch and say de kleine piloten van België and the Netherlands in the eerste posities. Great to have your company wherever you are watching us live all around the world for this round 3 of the WSK Supermaster Series. Well, the big talking point this weekend has been the rain. It bucketed down yesterday. It rained, then it rained, and then it rained again. The track was some 30 seconds per lap slower in the wet yesterday. We actually qualified in part on Friday, 48 hours ago, on a dry circuit. Half of qualifying took place on a dry track, and then the heavens opened. It was incredibly slippery. It was like an ice skating rink, even when the track did dry out, which it did do so quite quickly. The breeze has picked up. We are just a few miles from the Adriatic Sea, where on a clear day from nearby Otranto, you can see all the way across the sea to the neighbouring nation of Albania. And we're not too far from the nation of Greece either. Way down in Bellissima Puglia, it is Salento in the south of Italy. The La Conca Muro-Lucchese World Circuit was built back in 1999. It is arguably the most beautiful track in the world. 1.25 kilometres, has hosted the World Championships on 3 occasions. 2002, 2004, and most recently 2015, and has been on the calendar for the WSK Supermaster Series ever since. Well, a few moments before we start the junior final, what we'll do is check out the highlights of what has happened so far in OK Junior from a very wet, but now thankfully dry weekend here at La Conca. The highlights of OK Junior so far for round 3. The La Conca World Circuit, for the most part, has resembled a WRX rallycross circuit for most of the weekend. It has poured rain, which has thankfully cleared. Dmitry Matveev, who took pole position for the WSK Champions Cup on the 23rd of January, also took pole position on what was still just a dry track on Friday before the heavens opened. The 301 Flynn Motorsport kart has been in superb form, but he did have a DNF yesterday. Dmitry starting further back on the grid than he would have liked. The Ward Racing drivers have been in superb form, and Oleksandr Bondarev, who finished P2 last time out at Lonato in the 326 Ricky Flynn Motorsport Lando Norris kart. We'll start from the 2nd row of the grid. La Conca Muro-Lucchese, we are in the south of Italy. We're only about 20 kilometres from the now Volkswagen-owned world-famous 13-kilometre Nardo test circuit. where you may remember Jeremy, James and Richard took 3 supercars to over 200 miles an hour back on the Top Gear program, back when Top Gear was, well, still in Top Gear. That's only about 20 kilometres from here, and as we say, we're about 10 kilometres from the Adriatic coast in the south of Italy, a beautiful part of the world which hosts round 3 of the Supermaster Series. This is the junior final. The championship is being led by Oleksandr Bondarev, 124 points to Lucas Fluxa or Flusha, depending if you're speaking Spanish or Catalan. This is Dowie de Decker, 309 on pole position in the Kart Republic. Starting alongside René Lammers, he won the WSK Supermasters Series in 2021 in 60 Mini. He also won the first round of the championship at Lonato. Remember that famous last lap, last corner move between Bondarev and also René Lammers. This is Oleksandr Bondarev. He finished P2 to Lucas Fluxa. The last round 3 weeks ago at Lonato, the Ricky Flynn Motorsport driver in the Lando Norris kart. And this is Kirill Ditsiev for Wart Racing out of grid 4, the Vortex powered Tony kart. Maxons for Bruges out of grid 5 for the Forza Racing team, the GFR tuned TM engine. There is his mechanic, Jordan Hankins, who's come across from the Mercedes AMG Formula 1 team, spent the last few seasons as a data engineer for Valtteri Bottas, now working with Forza Racing, which gives you an idea of the quality that we have here in the WSK paddock, and also working with the Forza Racing team. Alongside him is Griffin Peebles for Koski Motorsport. There's the green flag. We'll take a look at the grid in its entirety. René Lammers leads the field away. He'll start from grid 2. On pole position, Dowie de Decker. So it is Kart Republic versus Paralin and Oleksandr Bondarev, who is the championship leader out of grid 3. Kirill Ditsiev, Maxons for Bruges, Griffin Peebles for Koski Motorsport, Tigran Bunyatin and Jimmy Helias, a superb run to finish P2 in the pre-final this morning. Anatoly Kavalkin, Kirill Kutskov out of 10. Maciej Guadic, who finished 3rd last time out at Lonato, also for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, Nathan Tai, Yannick Sharovsky, Cardenas, Dmitry Matveev, the fastest qualifier, and the Glaswegian Zach Drummond, head of Lentnese, Miguel Costa, Newman Chi, and also for RFM, Thomas Stralvan. William Riley go, Vilma Svana, great run for the Swede this morning, Tayam Sala, Enya Frey, Little Lunita, the newly announced, that is Lucas Flusha, older brother of Little Lunita. Elliot Kaczynski, we'll get back to her in a moment. Marcus Sata, Enzo Tarvanishko, Orwella, Martin Molnar, now with Energy, Korpeng, Al Baksoy, Shimojeng, Tor Sundberg, and the African drivers, Gatsi Motlakar from Mozambique, and Luvier Sambudla, who finished P4 last time out at Lonato. Just onto the Fluxa or Flusha siblings. Lucas 303 is the older brother of Little Lunita, who 2 days after the last round at Lonato, Luna flew over to England, where she was announced as a Mercedes AMG Formula 1 Junior on the 18th of February. She has missed the final in this world-class field. Her older brother, he's starting well back in the pack. Lucas on the 13th row of the grid, grid 26. Remember, he won last time out, and Lucas is 2nd in the series. The sun is shining, the breeze has picked up. We welcome you to the most beautiful circuit in the world. This is La Conca Murolechese World Circuit. Round 3 of the 2022 WSK Supermaster Series. Dowie de Decker 309 leads the field around on pole position. The junior final, the halfway point of the 2022 championship. Dowie de Decker leads the field up to the line to the left of your screen. And we race. Great start from René Lammers, who sweeps around the outside. Almost took the lead, puts the left rear Vega into the grass, holds onto it as he tries to attack Dowie de Decker, who holds on to the lead. René has gone back into 3rd place, and that's Oleksandr Bondarev, 2nd last time out at Lonato. And he runs in 2nd place in the opening stages of the final this afternoon. Slides it over the ripple strip. into that world famous, in fact infamous turn 6 here at La Conca. Bondarev has got speed to burn in the early stages of the junior final. Dawid Dedeker is fighting for grip in the Kart Republic. The field spread out as they come down through the chicane for the first time. Watch the move from Bondarev, sends it down the inside. And the Ricky Flynn Motorsport driver who finished P2 last time out goes position 1 and leads them across the line for the first time. Dawid Dedeker back to second place. You can see the track is still incredibly slippery on what is still a cold afternoon, the first weekend in springtime in the Northern Hemisphere. Dawid Dedeker P2, Lammers, Ditsiev, Maxence for Bruges, Kavalkin, Budyatin, Jimmy Helias has got the better of Griffin Peebles, and Maciej Guadic also for RFM in position 10. Bondarev throws it in, searching for grip, and he cops a touch from Dawid Dedeker, who'll get the run down the back straight. There is Rene Lammers with no one ahead, no one behind. He's got fresh air. Look how they fight for grip. The Vega tyres are still cold here at La Conca. They're throwing it in sideways well before the corner. As they complete the second lap, Oleksandr Bondarev in P1 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. There's Rene Lammers, who's catching both Dedeker and the RFM Lando Norris karts. Across the line, a clean start, 36 drivers and 36 still in the race. The junior final, round 3 of the 2022 WSK Supermaster Series. It is the Lando Norris kart in position 1. Dawid Dedeker in the Kart Republic P2 and the parallel of Rene Lammers in third place, who's third also in the 2022 championship. We'll keep an eye on the point score for the virtual championship, which as it stands heading into the final next week at Sarno is being led by Oleksandr Bondarev. There's the World Racing Tony Karts. Budyatin, Ditsiev, Jimmy Helias in P7. Maxence for Bruges, Griffin Peebles and Matviv from grid 15, the fastest qualifier, has worked his way up into 10th place by both Miguel Costa and Maciej Guadic. Slides it sideways. This is old school 100cc style. This is how we used to race back in the day. There's Griff going through ahead of Costa. Also Maciej Guadic, Andreas Cardenas, Sharovsky, William Go, Lucas Flusha. What a start by the boy from Mallorca in the middle of the Mediterranean. He's already passed 11 karts. He's on the charge from grid 26. Lucas up into 14th place. Anatoly Kavalkin in P5 in the 340 parallel. Great to watch here this afternoon as they throw it sideways, reminiscent of the glory days of 100cc Formula Super A and Formula A. So Bondarev now builds himself a slight gap over Dawid Dedeker. Head down behind the steering wheel. It was 0.8 of a second last time round. It stays the same. They're only doing 112 k's an hour. They're only doing 53 second lap times. To put that in perspective, Matviv qualified on pole position at a time of 45 seconds. They are 7 to 8 seconds per lap slower than their qualifying time. There's virtually no rubber on this super slick track. It's all been washed away by the torrential rain we've had in the last 48 hours. Dawid Dedeker in the Kart Republic works the steering wheel, trying desperately to get the Vega tyres to bite. There's Rene Lammers under attack from Budyatin, Kavalkin, Ditsiev, Matviv. Then we go to Guadic, Cardenas, Costa, Sharovsky. Good start from Yannick in P11 ahead of William Riley Go and Griffin Peebles. The gap last time, 0.8 of a second. It's out to 1 second now. Still doing 53s, but more importantly, Bondarev, who was denied the victory in round 1 with that last corner, last lap passed on Rene Lammers, finished position 2. This time he's in position 1. The Lando Norris kart, run by the crack Ricky Flynn Motorsport team. That is turn 6. When the track is rubbered in, it is two-wheel style. Through that, the most infamous corner possibly in world karting, well, one thereof. There's Andreas Cardenas ahead of Costa, Go, Sharovsky, Flusha, now up into 13. Lennies, Griffin Peebles, Kutzkoff and Nathan Ty has not had a good start. The Brit back into 17th. Did not have a good run in the pre-final this morning despite a good start up into 4th. The kart is just not working in these cold, slick conditions. As you see Dowie Dedeka trying to keep it straight. There's Bunyatin, Ditsiev, Lammers, Matviv, Kavalkin. Bondarev with a 52.8 now. He's 1.8 seconds ahead as Kavalkin goes by Lammers. 3:01 Matviv for Conca Motorsport on the charge. Dowie Dedeka has not given up on a victory. He's got a big gap back to this group. The two Ward Racing drivers, Ditsiev 3:48 and Bunyatin 3:43. As we get news that Newman Chi, the Chinese driver, is back in 36th place because he's got a 10-second penalty. Lindney's down the inside, trying to take Yannick Sharovsky. An aggressive move from the Belgian. His countryman in second place. The gap was 1.8 seconds last time. It's 1.6. Dowie's catching him. We have not yet passed half race distance of the OK Junior final. Dowie Dedeka is catching Oleksandr Bondarev. But the gap is 1.6 seconds. It is Lando Norris cut as he slides sideways through turn 4. This is turn 6 over the ripple strip. Smashes the curves, looks over his left shoulder. Dowie Dedeka desperate to take the victory. Then the battle for third. Bunyatin, Ditsiev, Matviv, Kavalkin. Maciej Guadic starting to recover. Remember, his teammate is leading the race in an identical Lando Norris kart, which is starting to work nicely. Maciej Guadic, position 3 last time out at Lonato. Bondarev, the race leader, position 2 last time out. There is Matviv. Fastest qualifier was Dmitry Matviv with a 45.059 on Friday. He's just come across the line in a 52-second lap. Matviv is up to P4 from grid 15. The Conca Motorsport Tony kart is flying. Make that P3. Matviv is on the podium. Superb speed from Dmitry Matviv. The Jan Conca engineered kart of Dmitry Matviv from grid 15. The graphic at the bottom of your screen is already redundant. Matviv is on the podium. The first retirement is Enzo Tarvanishkel. There is the Tony kart. You'll get a glimpse of Tarvanishkel's Tony kart abandoned at the side of the circuit. Matviv is flying like a rocket. He's the 3:01 Tony kart into the hairpin ahead of the Ward Racing Tony karts with Kavalkin. That's Maciej Guadic behind as we move into the second half of the OK Junior final. A 52.484 for Oleksandr Bondarev, a 53.3. Bondarev has put 1 second on Dowie Dedeka in second place. It's getting messy further back. Tigran Bunyatin, Kirill Ditsiev, Dmitry Matviv has escaped that battle, which now involves also Anatoly Kavalkin, 3:40 in the parallel, and Maciej Guadic, who slides sideways at the exit of turn 6. Behind is Rene Lammers, the round 1 winner. Third in the championship. Lammers is now being caught by the WSK Champions Cup champion, Andreas Cardenas. There's the energy kart over the back of the parallel. 6 laps now remaining. Matviv is flying. We'll check the times. It's a 52.305 for Oleksandr. 4.5 seconds ahead of Dowie Dedeka. Dmitry Matviv, a 53.3. Oleksandr Bondarev is 1 second a lap quicker than every other driver on the circuit. He's driving away with the junior final. There's Dedeka. We wait. There is Matviv, who's pulled away from the Ward Racing duo, who are being caught by Maciej Guadic. Guadic in the Lando Norris kart looks over his right shoulder. He's pulled away from Anatoly Kavalkin. Rene Lammers, as we see Bunyatin and Ditsiev. They're sideways before they turn in over the ripple strip. Guadic is quick. His teammate leads the race. There's Matviv, looks over his shoulder. We'll check the times. It is 5 seconds between Bondarev and Dedeka. He is destroying the field here this afternoon. And we also give huge credit to the Ricky Flynn Motorsport team. They have engineered the 326 Lando Norris kart superbly. He's pulling away. He's destroying the opposition here this afternoon. There's Maciej Guadic, his teammate. Behind the Ward Racing Tony karts, a slightly tighter line from Maciej. Tigran 343, Kirill in a 348 kart. Maciej's lining up both the Ward Racing Tony karts. Oleksandr Bondarev denied the victory in round one, finished P2. He will take the championship lead into the series final next weekend at Sarno as the Ward Racing duo trade positions. Kirill down the inside of Tigran. Ditsiev up into P4. There's Matviev for Conca Motorsport. Bondarev is gone. They do not know which way the Ricky Flynn Motorsport driver has gone. He's accelerating up through turn 9 now as the fight for the bottom step of the podium. They're only going through turns 3 and 4. Fastest middle sector for Shimo Zhang, who's up into 13th. Lucas Fluxa, or Flusha, depending if we're speaking Catalan or Spanish, the round 2 winner. Well, he's made his way up into 12th place, but that's as far as it's going to get for the moment for the boy from Mallorca. He's behind Costa, William Riley Go, Rene Lammers, the round 1 winner. He's in 9th place. They come through the hairpin. Bondarev's already crossed the line. He's turning down into turn 1 now. Here's Guadic on the inside, on the outside of Tigran Bunyatin as we try and pick up the leader. Bondarev has disappeared down the road. Guadic to move into turn 3. Will he send it from a mile back? Too far back. And he himself is being caught by Anatoly Kavalkin. 2.5 laps remaining. Dawi Tadeka, a superb drive from pole position, but the Belgian looks as though he'll come up short. The BWT-backed boy, whose home circuit of Genk, he's done thousands of laps on. Not a stranger either to La Conca, but he won't stand on the top step here this afternoon by the looks of it. Oleksandr Bondarev will check the times. Last time a 53. He's matched it again. Sorry, a 52.3. 6.4 seconds back to Dawi. There's Matviev, who's driven superbly, the fastest qualifier. The Ward Racing drivers still holding off. Maciej Gladic. There's Anatoly Kavalkin. Andreas Cardenas, the WSK Champions Cup champion in the Energy Kart. In P8, William Riley Go and Miguel Costa. Good drive from the Brazilian-American from grid 18. Rounds out the 10. He's got by Rene Lammers, the round 1 winner, in 11th. And Lucas Fluxa, the round 2 winner, in 12th place. Penultimate lap for Oleksandr Bondarev. He does a purple sector as Maciej looks behind him. P6 in 3:17 and 3:26 is Oleksandr Bondarev. He's crossed the start-finish line now to start his final lap. A 52.277. He's 7 seconds ahead of Dawi Tadeka. That's Matviev. Ditsiev Bunyatin looks as though they'll both miss the podium. A driving domination here this afternoon by Oleksandr Bondarev. He has destroyed the field. He's going up the back straight now. We're struggling to find Oleksandr Bondarev. There's second place, Dawi Tadeka. Matviev in 3rd place. He was denied the victory in round 1. He finished in 2nd place in round 2. A dominant performance. That checkered flag is about to wave. Oleksandr Bondarev dominates round 3 of the WSK Supermasters Series here at La Conca. We wait for the 2nd place pole sitter, Dawi Tadeka, I should say, and Dmitry Matviev, a superb drive from grid 15 to round out the podium. Ditsiev 4, Maciej did get by Anatoly on the last lap. Bondarev has destroyed the opposition. He's won by 9 seconds. Unfortunately, Jimmy Helias, who finished 2nd in the pre-final, you can see the French driver in the middle of your screen, has just missed a good result, and it looks as though his teammate has also come to a stop on the very final lap as well. The Turk Alpaksoy. The story is Oleksandr Bondarev. He is the championship leader. As we take a look at the highlights from the outside, Rene Lammers tried to take the lead. The Dutch-speaking drivers from Belgium and the Netherlands, respectively, started on the front row of the grid for the final, but Oleksandr Bondarev got past. Remember, he started on the second row, and from there, they simply did not see which way he went. Dmitry Matveev, superb for the fastest qualifier, picked them off one by one. From grid 15, he has finished in third here this afternoon. Good drive from Maciej Gładicz. His teammate wins the race as he crosses the line 9 seconds clear of the opposition. The Lando Norris kart has won round 3 of the WSK Supermaster Series here at La Conca. Good drive from Dowie Dedeka, a great result for the Kart Republic driver, and Dmitry Matveev from grid 15 has come home. Has come in with a nose cone down, so that elevates the driver who was 4th up into 3rd. For Ward Racing, Kirill Ditsiev. From pole position, a great performance in the rain and in the dry here this afternoon for Kart Republic. 2nd place, Dowie Dedeka. He was denied the victory in round 1 with that last lap pass. He came up 1 short 3 weeks ago at Lonato. This afternoon here at La Conca, he has dominated the final for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, the winner of round 3 of the WSK Supermaster Series, Oleksandr Bondarev. The national anthem of Ukraine. The podium for the OK Junior Final. 3rd place, Kirill Ditsiev. 2nd, Dowie Dedeka. And the winner of round 3, Oleksandr Bondarev. Stay with us on WSK.IT. The OK Final in just a moment.